For almost 30 years, ABC's Barbara Walters covered stories across the globe with Peter Jennings. Barbara, good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
Thank
you, and thank NBC for doing this tribute to Peter.
Oh, of course. Well, you know, I think he touched so many people, but obviously all those at ABC News, yourself included, of course, Barbara, must feel such deep sadness today. What was Peter like as a colleague for you?
Well, I did so many stories with Peter. I mean, I came here in 1976, having just left the Today Show. And Peter and I covered Anwar Sadat when he went to Israel, then we covered his funeral. We covered Princess Diana's wedding, we covered her funeral. I would like to say we were partners, but we really weren't, because Peter was the one who was the glue. He was the one who would, I would learn the names of the people. He would learn the names of the attendant dragging the horse down the parade. He was indefatigable. He pushed us. He pushed himself. And one of the things that's interesting, Katie, is that Peter did not finish high school. He dropped out of high school. And I think this gave him an insecurity that made him want to know everything. He studied so much, and he would ask us questions and make us do more homework than perhaps we ever thought of. He was really the anchor in every sense of the word.
And it's nice because, one of his great contributions, and a whole host of contributions, is at a time when foreign news was being minimized and bureaus being shut down at all the networks, he really emphasized the importance of covering the world, not just the United States. He had such an international sort of take on everything, didn't he?
You're absolutely right. He was really an expert, for example, on the Middle East. He talked about wanting to see both sides of the question, both sides of the coin. And, he really didn't like, I think what he would call although it wasn't of his news, the gossip side of news. He wasn't thrilled with covering O.J. Simpson. He wasn't thrilled with covering Michael Jackson. He wanted people to understand foreign news and how important it was on all of our lives, and he pushed that even when it wasn't the most popular thing or to do or the way to get the highest ratings.
When he was ill, I understand he was still very actively involved in the broadcast. Obviously, this was a terrible ordeal for him and everyone who loved him. How did he deal with his illness, with his cancer?
Well, you heard his voice, Katie, be very raspy. He never did recover that, and it got worse and worse. He came in here one day and sat at the rim and talked to the staff that had worked with him for so many years. He would call in and give suggestions and criticisms and advice, just as he had always done. And one of the most touching things, his birthday last week, ABC hired a plane to travel over Bridgehampton, where he was, with a sign that said "Happy Birthday, Peter," from all of us at World News. We knew how sick he was. I think we just prayed that somehow he would lick it, and we never admitted to ourselves, and I'm not sure that he did. His wife, Casey, who was one of our producers, just a terrific woman, and it was a great marriage. She said that he died with his friends and family around him, with his family around him, in peace and without pain, and he knew that he'd lived a good life, and he did. He did live a good life. It was just much too short. The cancer took him much too quickly.
Well, Barbara, it's good to see you, even though it's such a sad occasion, and everyone is experiencing this loss this morning, and we send all our love and prayers to Peter's family and all of his colleagues, as I mentioned earlier, at ABC News, because I know you all are really feeling it so deeply today.
Katie, again, I thank you. I thank NBC for your consideration. And if I have any message to give, I think it would be a message that Peter would want to give. Take your kids and tell them not to smoke.
Okay, all right. That's a good final thought, Barbara. Thanks again.